Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring the Terminator RPG core book. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this tabletop RPG, where humanity fights for survival against Skynet, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about hope points and skills. This is part of the character creation process. Hope points represent the faith that a character has in their own capabilities and their faith in humanity to endure. During the game, hope points are spent to overcome great obstacles, perform cinematic feats, or scrape a success from the jaws of defeat. Each character has a number of hope points in addition to their stats. Hope points are initially generated based upon the ranks that a character has in certain stats and fall into three categories. Body, which concerns strength and dexterity, brain, which concerns knowledge and concentration, and bravado, which is about charisma and cool. It's important to know that fate is separate from hope points. Each hope point category can range from 0 to 6, regardless of a character's role. During character creation, a character will assign 2 hope points in one category, 1 to another category and 0 in the final category. To determine which category gains which points, you should add up the stat ranks under each category and assign hope points to them in order of value, with 2 points being awarded to the highest total and 0 points to the lowest. If any of the stat totals are tied, the player may decide which category receives which points. In addition to the starting values, a player must spend 3 additional points on increasing their character's hope points. Every point spent adds 1 hope point to the chosen category. However, no more than 2 of these points may be allocated to the same category. Once all points are spent, the player should record the hope points on their character sheet. Next we have skills. Skills represent the capabilities gifted to a character through their life experience and formal training. Where stats represent the intrinsic strength and mental capabilities of a character, skills show the technical capabilities and specialist knowledge gained from an education or hands-on experience with a particular task. Each skill has a maximum of 4 ranks, though only the first 3 are available to starting characters. If a character does not possess a certain skill, then they are considered to be unskilled in that particular area. Being unskilled does not mean that a character is incapable of performing a task, but that they will find performing such actions considerably harder than those with the relevant training. The ranks are 1, 2, 3, and 4, expressing skilled, experienced, expert, and specialist levels. Under the category of strength, we have skills such as melee weapons, the art of using weapons designed for hand-to-hand combat, from knives and stabbing instruments to clubs, batons, and improvised weapons. The skill covers all types of melee weapons. Under dexterity we have things such as acrobatics. This skill covers all acrobatic and gymnastic activity, including flips, hanging, swinging, and even dodging hand-to-hand attacks. Higher levels show a proficiency in such activities that will have been honed over many years. This also involves advanced tasks such as backflipping over a burning vehicle, swinging from one dangling cable to another, and such. Then we have knowledge, with skills such as time science, which represents the character's understanding of time travel technology, including the ability to predict and control equipment, arrival times, and deduce potential paradoxes that might occur due to their actions. This involves advanced tasks such as anything physically related to traveling through time. A starting character may never begin with a time science skill at a rank higher than 1. Under concentration, we have skills such as detect. Detect represents a character's ability to spot clues, threats, and pretty much anything else from both an investigatory and an observational perspective. The skill acts as a measure of the character's keenness for their surroundings and covers all 5 senses. This involves advanced tasks such as spotting well-concealed traps, hearing an approaching vehicle during a gunfight, and so forth. Under charisma, we have things such as diplomacy. the skill of handling and maintaining relationships between people of different backgrounds, groups, or beliefs. Diplomacy can be an important skill, not only for managing relationships between team members, but also when trying to open lines of communication between strangers while out on the field. This involves advanced tasks such as bringing together rival gang leaders, resolving a dispute between two angry resistance grunts, and so forth. Under the cool category, we have things such as survival. This is the required knowledge to survive without normal shelter or supplies, relying on your instincts and the environment around you. Those skilled in survival will be able to find food, identify suitable drinking water, know how to create sufficient shelter, and even make primitive tools or weapons from the items around them. This involves advanced tasks such as surviving without proper supplies in remote wilderness locations, or maybe creating safe makeshift shelters in a city, and such. Each character starts with a number of role-based skills, which reflect the base knowledge earned during a typical training or upbringing. These skills should be recorded on the character sheet. Each role-based skill begins at rank 2. In the case of Grunt, you start with things such as pistol, rifle, unarmed combat. And in the case of Historian, you start with things such as diplomacy, education, natural, language, choosing one type, and so forth. After a character has recorded their role-based skills, additional skills may be chosen to round off their experience and training. A player must now spend 36 points on purchasing or improving their character's skills. Skills have a cost, equal to the rank being purchased plus 1, and are purchased 1 rank at a time. All skills should be recorded on the character sheet, of course. For ease of reference, it is recommended also noting the relevant stat alongside the skill. And if you want to create less experienced characters or more experienced characters, you can reduce or augment this number of skill points. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to talk about traits. As you can see, everything is clearly laid out. It makes sense that hope points are connected to specific stats. It represents how a character is more enthusiastic about particular stats or areas of expertise. And when it comes to skills, they are broad categories, able to cover pretty much anything that is needed to create a believable character in this fiction. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.